Yes. Hello. Hello,
Hi.
everyone. This is Tutor Mainul Islam again. I'm back with another student story. Today, I'm having with me as another successful and very inspirational student for any overseas or even home students. Today, I'm having with me, this is Ishrar Kibria. Could you please introduce yourself
Mm-hmm.
to our audience?
Hello, I'm Ishrar. I am currently doing my PhD in finance and risk. So, I came in the University of Nottingham. So, I came in the UK to do my master's in 2017, and that was also in finance. And then afterwards, in 2018, I started my PhD. So, I'm currently in my second year, and I'm from Dhaka, Bangladesh.
Great. Well, that's really, quite straightforward journey. You have started your postgraduate, then right away you started your PhD.
Yeah.
We'd
It
like
was
to,
opportunity here.
yes, we'd like to know more about like how actually you come up with the idea to do PhD, which is very
Mhm.
challenging. At your age, it's not really quite we see. I mean, it's just very challenging for any student. And you're
Mhm.
having, if I'm not wrong, it's fully funded PhD from University of
Yeah,
Nottingham.
from the
So
university.
yes, could you just please tell us your story about like how did you come up with
Mhm.
this idea, and also like how did you manage to have this fully funded PhD from
Mhm.
one of the world's most prestigious university? It's in top
Mhm.
100 of the world ranking.
It is, yeah. So it was so first when I came to master, so my entire I always wanted to do a PhD because I want to join academia. So after finishing my bachelor's in March, so 2017 March, I started beforehand about applying for masters and with my bachelor's results and everything. So when I came for masters, at the beginning, I started to look out for people. I started to talk to people who are doing PhD or to the administration, university administration, because the university has a separate wing to help students with their jobs or PhD. So I started talking with them, student services, and I got to know about the whole process, which was during my first days here in the masters. So by the time I completed my first semester, I had my results with me, which helped me to approach professors because they need to see something about my credentials or my capabilities to before giving me the opportunity or taking me under them. So with my first semester results, I went to them. I talked to the professors, and at first there were no opportunities because there were no openings, vacancies for PhD. But then by the time when I ended my second semester, there was a vacancy in the department. So I talked to the professors. I went with my proposal, my idea. They liked it and they told me to apply for the vacancies. So I applied. Then I had to get through the screening process. I did my viva and I had to submit a research proposal. I had a defense, and afterwards, then they offered me the position. So I started right away. And since my PhD is on the same university as my master's, so I actually started PhD before completing my master's. So
Wow.
this was an added advantage because if I were in another university, this would not be possible because they
Hmm.
need my full master's completion certificate for me to register for a PhD program. So this was an idea that I would like to give to the students. If you want to start right away, it's better to look in the same university where you are now because they know you and you know them, so it's easy to communicate. Hmm.
That's great.
That was
Sure,
my
thank
journey.
you. Well, yes, thank you. I'd just like to tell everyone who have joined with us today. It's
Hmm.
me, ATM Mainul Islam, and this is Ishrar Kibria, one of the proud PhD student from University of Nottingham. And I myself, I work for OCA Student. If I tell a bit about OCA Student, we help students from all over the world, including international, Europe, and also home student in the UK. So we have like partnership with some um, 50 plus universities, so where we help students in their admission processes. If anybody have any question and any inquiries about higher education in the UK or anything regarding their courses, please do not hesitate to get in touch with us. You can get in touch with us through our website www.alkastudent.co.uk. Well, of course, Ishrar, you are from Bangladesh, and UK is one of the most popular destinations. Study destination for higher education destinations from Bangladeshi students. Would you tell me a bit about why did you choose UK, where you could have gone to Australia, New Zealand, Canada, US? Why did you come to UK?
So the first reason was UK has the time span of the degree. Yeah. So in UK they have 1 year of masters, whereas in elsewhere it's 2 years or 1.5 years. Yeah. So this would give me an advantage of I could finish early. It's a packed program since they finish everything in 1 year. It's a very packed, and it's difficult to even do anything else apart from study in the master's program because it's very packed. So they have 180 credit in 1 year, and then they have a dissertation as well. So the year time span was a good reason for me to choose UK, because this would allow me to finish my degree in 1 year, and I could go back. So I had the intention to go back, so I can go back in my country and then search job, and whereas elsewhere it would take me 1 year extra. And because in masters there is the universities, they do give you a tuition waiver, but they don't provide you living expense. So like it was easy to manage 1 year of living expense than 2 years of living expense.
Correct.
So all of these actually pushed me towards UK, and of course the universities in UKs are also higher ranked, so which is like an added advantage.
Right. Yeah.
So and I got to know from lots of people that UK is more student friendly. So they have more options for, say, we have 20 hours a week in our visas, so which gives the students an option to earn money apart from studying. Yeah. So I think all of these really motivated me to go for UK.
Cool. Thanks. I think your choosing for UK for higher education was quite specific because of like the point you just mentioned, or like living plans for 2 years rather than you can have it for only 1 year, and that's really important. Even I didn't think it before, but I think now it's a point to consider. For the student. Would you just a bit elaborate or share your experience of like studying, living, and working in the UK at the same time when you were in the term time, and also you were when you were off from the study? So how actually you managed, and what is your opinion on that?
So I think one of the most the good thing about coming here is I didn't miss my home, because there are lots of students from my country, and we are there. So the international students. So this is what is interesting. So one of my British friend, he told me that they don't have any British society in the university, whereas they have societies from all around the world. So this actually gives the students, they don't feel alone, or they always get someone, because UK is actually the most popular for international students. There are students from all around the world, and they have a society, so you actually get people from your background to talk with or hang around or know a bit of the country. Having said that, this gives an opportunity to know people from all around the world as well. So, and actually, if you see, there are more international than British students in masters, I'm telling you. It's like in bachelors, there might be more UK than international, but in the masters, there are more international than UK. So actually, there is no scope for any discrimination, because the teachers are very diverse as well. So you will feel safe, you will feel wanted. And I felt the same here too. Everyone is very cooperative. They have a separate wing for international students to help them settle, to help them know around, get them home. the university accommodations. So everything is catered towards what international students might need. So this was a very good, a very good environment, a very positive environment, I would say. And then when so starting from the international week, so the universities, they welcome the international students a bit ahead, let
Yeah.
them know about the health services, how the university works, or the assessment. So it's very friendly, I would say, in that manner. And the students, the staff, they're all friendly as well, and it actually helped them. It actually helped me to adjust to this curriculum where which was not I was not familiar with.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, if you just tell me more about like you worked when you were here. I mean, you work part time.
Yeah, in my masters I couldn't, but in my PhD I did work. I worked a lot. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, so could you just share your experience, like how it was okay for you, or how difficult or easy it was for you to
Mm-hmm.
manage the time while studying and also same time while working part time?
Mm-hmm. Uh, for when I came in masters, I it was a bit difficult because I had to attend classes. I had assessments, so but more like I think some of my friends, they did even work during masters, but I couldn't.
Hmm.
Or I didn't even think about it at that time. But there are, so UK, in most of the universities in the UK, they have a part-time institution which is called Unitems.
Yeah.
So there, all the work you have is part-time. It's no contract. It's all for a short span of time, say a week or 6 months, and it fits your 20 hours of work limit criteria. So I think that's a very good platform to look for jobs there. Apart from this, there are jobs in the university as well. Say
Yeah.
you help with the volunteer student services, and some students, apart from this, some students also work outside, say in restaurants or in a
Hmm.
call center.
Yeah.
So I think there are lots of opportunities actually, and in shops, say in booths. Some work in booths, some in Superdrug as a salesperson. So I guess there are lots of opportunities, I would say, around
Yeah.
for part-time work.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, if I share with you my experience, like I've been working since I came to the UK part time,
Mm-hmm.
different places. Yeah, you just mentioned I worked in restaurant, I worked in like
Mm-hmm.
kind of a call center, I worked with NTU International Development Team as well.
Mm-hmm.
To one of their as a one of their campaign um, person, like I used to call back home in Bangladesh with the applicants, where I used to
Mm-hmm.
talk, help them in their process. And also I worked with like some other small shops or maybe superstores, and they're quite flexible and they know that
Mm-hmm.
you're a student, and they're very helpful with the schedule, and they keep it with 20 hours and do not mess with like your term times schedules.
Mm-hmm.
It's really friendly, this UK, and their work environment as an international student, I'd say.
It
Cool.
is.
You know, sure. Look, you as me, you are an international student. We all came from Bangladesh, so this is the time from for September intake, which is going to
Mm-hmm.
start in
Mm-hmm.
a very short time. So, what would be your like last minute suggestions for the student who are coming to the UK to join the
Mm-hmm.
September intake? And what
Mm-hmm.
is your experience when you were preparing to depart home for another country
Mm-hmm.
to live in another country for student?
So I would say them that it's good to travel with friends. Like, don't come alone, because it's very scary. Because if you are from Europe, you would get to know, you would have an idea about how everything works, the transportation or uh, Uber, everything. But if you are not from the continent, like how it happened with me, so it's everything is very different. So
Different.
I came with a friend which helped me. And when students come for the first time, they have lots of luggages. So I would suggest not to travel alone. Get a friend or a family maybe. That this way it will help, because the first time it's really very confusing and you are worried. So don't travel alone. I would say this, if possible, don't travel alone. And then now, this September, I heard that students have to be in quarantine for 14 days, which I'm not sure how they're managing it, because it's very difficult, to be honest. Once you are in a new country and then find a place to self isolate. So I really hope, I wish them all the best with this, and I hope it'll be okay, since all of the students are supposed to do this. So there must be a way that they can do it without getting into without making the process complicated. Then but after you reach here, there are lots of help at every point in time. So you won't feel left out, because there are lots of people, lots of students at the same time who will do the same thing as you will do. So there will be support at every point, from students. They will support you, the students who are senior than you. From the university staff, they will support you as well. So I think there's nothing to be scared about. It will all go well. Just like you go with the flow, I would say this.
That's good. Well, I have a question. Like, have you
Mhm.
actually get in touch with any of the societies or any of the
Mm.
students from back home you already know? Did you try to contact before you come to Nottingham or Nottingham University?
I did actually. Yeah. Like you said, how you worked, like you used to call students back home, the newcomers. So this is what University of Nottingham did as well. So I had a chat with a senior who studied here. So then she called me, and then we talked. I told her my queries and what to do. She gave me advice. And the university also sends the contact details of the ambassadors, so like you can contact with them in WhatsApp or in email. So I did, and this actually helped, because she helped me know about my accommodation, what are nearby shops for the first days to get food or get supplies, utensils to buy from. So I actually did this, and I think this I also advise people to do this, because it helps you get rid of the anxiety or uncertainty that you have.
Oh, this is a great help, actually.
It is. It is. Mhm.
Even I suggest all of my students who I'm in touch with at this moment to just
Mhm.
get in touch with the student of that university, like student union, and also like societies. For example, I know Uni of Nottingham have a very good Bangladeshi society where
Mhm.
they welcome Bangladeshi students every year, and which is
Mhm.
really, really, I mean, appreciated
Yeah, they
for
open a group in
students.
Facebook, or even in WhatsApp as well.
Yeah, that's great.
Mhm.
So when you have actually went for your bank and your NI to sort out, so did you get help
Mhm.
from the university directly, or your friend helped? I help you out.
No, so during the welcome week, like the universities, during my time, what they did was they welcomed the international students 1 week ahead for them to sort out all their health, registration, bank details. So that 1 week period, a bank, Santander, which is like we have it in the university campus, they have a stop. So
Yeah.
they came to the campus, and we could open our bank account on campus. Like they opened a small
Right.
booth during the welcome week. So I opened my account with them in that in that point.
Yeah.
So and so we were given actually a list of places. Like number one, we had to register with the health center. Number two, the bank. Number three, our student ID card. Number four, the shops. So we had a list of things that we need to do. I just followed it. Even the health services, they came on campus for us to register.
Wow. Great.
So
Yeah.
everything will be sorted out. You just need to. So the university, they send out instructions to students before they come. So just go through the instructions, because it has everything you need.
That's great. Yes, even I know in NTU,
Mhm.
there is a small kiosk, I mean, booth kind of Santander Bank, so where you can go and just
Mhm.
open your bank account. And also, if student needs to open a bank account, any bank outside, the campus, so they can just collect a letter, bank letter from the student service,
Mm,
and
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
the bank and open that. And also, as you mentioned, even when I started in NTU, I found it same. Like the health GP came to the campus
Mhm.
if you need GP service to register. Yeah. And what about that when you felt like you have to do NI registration? I mean
Mhm.
NI. So how did you manage to do that? Through the university or?
Now, so this a friend helped me. So the every students, actually every person that wants to work in the UK, every student who wants to work in the UK, or any person who wants to work in the UK needs a national insurance number through which you get paid.
Yeah.
So this one was a bit it takes a long time. So I got this the process I got to know from it from a friend who actually gave me the number and everything, but it's online as well, everything is online. And
Okay.
if I'm sure if I wanted help from the university, I would have gotten the help
Yeah.
too, but I didn't needed it because a friend helped me. So I had to call them, and then they asked some questions. They gave me appointment. I
Yeah.
went with my on the appointment date. I went with my passport, BRP, and I think after 2-3 weeks, they sent me my national insurance number in a letter through post, and that was it.
Yeah.
It's a bit a long time, and it takes more time during September because a lots of newcomers they do it, so
They do
more
it.
time in September, but normally I think the usual process is a month, like from 3 weeks to 4 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks to 4 weeks. Yeah.
Mhm.
Great. Well, whoever joined us right now, introducing myself again, it's ATM Mainul Islam, an OK Student Advisor. Today I'm having a student story with
Ishrar
Ishrar
Kibria.
Kibria,
Mhm.
as a PhD student from the University of Nottingham. And welcome. Whoever have any question regarding higher education in the UK through OK Student, they can just visit our website www.okstudent.co.uk and fill your inquiry form. And also, you can book an appointment with any of the advisors we there. Sure. Just want to know a bit
Mhm.
about writing personal statement
Mhm.
and writing an excellent proposal is
Mhm.
kind of a thing where you require some skills. And I think you have a PhD fully funded, which you got through your proposal, definitely. And
Mhm.
also, as a compost student, could you just give us some tips and some of the
Mhm.
insights? How did you write your personal statement? Because I
Mhm.
know University of Nottingham quite high ranked, and they do look into your personal statement and stuff, and also
Mhm.
later on your proposal. So if you
Mhm.
just can help us with some of the light you have.
Mhm. Sure, of course. So, personal statements in bachelor's and master's, they are different from PhDs because I can tell this because I wrote for both of it. So when I wrote it in for my master's, it was more focused on the field,
Hmm.
why I chose finance, and why do I want to do a master's, why master's in this university, why did I select this particular masters? Like they have finance and investment, finance and banking, finance and accounting. So I had to justify my selection of the course. So it's more, it's a bit general. So you had to tell why your intention about choosing this field, your intention about choosing this university, your reasons for this course, and how would this course modules help you towards your goal or career goal in the future. So in PhD, it's a bit different because each personal statement is different. You need to focus
Yeah.
on a particular topic rather than a field itself. So the
Hmm.
justification of field you've already given because you did your master's and bachelor's in it. But a PhD is like, why do you want to choose a particular topic? So it's more concentrated. You have to select one topic, or say one or two or three, even three in some cases, and you have to justify why this topic and why it's worth spending 3 years or 4 years of your life doing this. Will it be any value to the in the literature, or will it add any more knowledge than people already know? And will people care about it? Like, is it worth spending the time and money on this topic? So
It's
it's
very
more
specific.
specific, I would say. Yeah. And this, having said that, PhD, I would tell it's mostly on the supervisor. Like 90% it depends on the supervisor, because one idea, one supervisor will say it's good, the other one might say it's not good. So you have to find the person that aligns your interest with theirs, and that person will back you up in your funding application or throughout the process. So I think first you need to find out what you want to do, and find out a person who wants to do the same. So I guess
Great.
that's a important aspect to look for.
That's great. Well,
Mm-hmm.
the following that question, it's like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, your supervisor, you just mentioned how important it is. But when you
Mm-hmm.
started your masters, you definitely had a mentor or personal tutor of yours.
I did. I did. Mm-hmm.
You like, the student who are coming from Bangladesh, like we actually never experienced that type of service or that type of, mentorship
Mm-hmm.
back home. But when
Mm-hmm.
how it actually helps you to form and actually progress your career through PhD and go
Mm-hmm.
on. Would you just give us an like your
Mm-hmm.
experience and how you get benefited with that?
So, a mentor or personal tutor is more like your guardian in the
Mhm.
faculty. So he would guide you. Like I said, if you have, say, a problem with any subject, or you don't understand why you got a low mark, your personal tutor will give you feedback on it. It's not always possible for the module convener to give you personal feedback, because there are lots of students who would want the same. So your personal tutor will give you the feedback. He will give you tips about how to address the exams, or what to focus on,
Mhm.
which subjects to focus on, and he would also help you with understanding how the assessment works, because assessment in each university is different. They some courses have, say, some modules have coursework, which is writing essays 100%. Some has exam, some has a mix of both, some has lab exam as well. So your personal tutor will help you understand all of it, and they will help you if you have any serious queries
Mhm.
which you can't tell your module convener. Your personal tutor will help you convey to the module convener. So he would act like a bridge among you and your faculty. And I think this is a very good support, because from the university and your personal tutor, so we all get one personal tutor who supports throughout the year. And if you are coming for bachelor's, the same person supports you for 3 years. So you get to understand each other a bit. I think, and when some people actually do their PhD with their personal tutor as well, or if the personal tutor doesn't match your interest, he finds someone whose interest matches with you. So it's a very good relationship, I would say. And it's good to know or get to know your personal tutor a bit in the first days, because
Yeah.
masters is 1 year. It's a very small time to get your head around a lot of things. So in this aspect, a personal tutor is very helpful, I would say.
Yeah. Uh,
Hmm.
I agree with you because from my experience, if I tell you, like I studied my undergrads here, so
Hmm.
from the first year, I had a personal teacher, but I got a mentor from year two,
Hmm.
and this mentor is like kind of a best friend of mine
Yeah.
since the day, because it's not only academic stuff. I was discussing with him anything you come across with in your life, you can go and talk to him, and definitely you will go out with a solution. That was the
Mhm.
best. And it was a massive relief because the way you can actually design this kind of support system with a personal tutor or a mentor, I think I have no idea with other, Western countries like US, Canada, and Australia, but I didn't see it in my country. And that
Mhm.
personal tutor and mentorship actually helped me to shape myself and my career, where I want to go, what is my
Yeah.
interest is in, any confusion I have. And that's,
Mm.
I mean, it helped me big time to go forward in my
Yeah,
career.
same here as well. I had the same experience.
Yeah. So if I just tell you a short story about it, like when I was in my placement year,
Mm-hmm.
uh, so I was looking for placement. So, and also same time I applied for going for a semester exchange in Norway, because I
Mm-hmm.
always wanted to study at one of the particular university in Norway,
Mm-hmm.
BI Norwegian Business School, which is really good. It's one of the top school in the Europe,
Mm-hmm.
and I have done everything. And at the same time, I was trying to see my own employability. I was
Mm-hmm.
applying through jobs and stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I got offer, job offer, and two job offers. Then I was really confused because I was about to fly. I'm going
Mm-hmm.
to Norway to do my semester, and that placement offer was really good for a
Mm-hmm.
student like me, getting some work experience and so a really good amount of money. Then I couldn't make a decision. What shall I do and what should I choose? Then I had to go to. I mean, it was like off term. I mean, during the summer, universities closed. Then I emailed my personal tutor and mentor. I need to see you anyway, anyhow. It's a very critical situation. And he said,
Mm-hmm.
okay, come. And we sat outside the university and we discussed about it. And we see, I mean, we evaluate all the sides and we come up with like solution.
Mm-hmm.
And this really helped me to think and also to go forward in my career.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is a great service which UK education has implemented in their system.
It is. It
Well,
is. I
yeah,
would say
sure.
it's very international student friendly, UK. Like
Yeah,
from my experience, I could say this.
yeah, it is. I have like one more, I mean, question, like not a
Mm-hmm.
question, it's like your opinion and your kind of experience
Mm-hmm.
about the city you are living in, Nottingham, student
Mm-hmm.
city. But how was your reaction or action or your, I mean, opinion when you first came and how you think right now
Mm-hmm.
Nottingham is for the students? The students
Mm-hmm.
were coming for like September.
Nottingham is actually, I feel it's purely student city because during Christmas or Easter the city is dead. Like when all students go away, it's like there is no one. So I
Yeah.
think and they have, as you said earlier, they have lots of clubs, so all
Mhm.
year round you have something or the other which will keep you occupied outside your study. They also have a very good sports facilities, which is one of the thing I like about UK is they're very serious and they actually have lots of options for sports.
Yeah.
And there is a gym at every corner. You will see one gym, and some even has like a swimming pool or a squash yard. So they actually are. There are tons of activities that you can do while you are studying,
Hmm.
uh, which is again a good scope to get your head out of study a bit and then do what you like. So there is, and there are so many society that if you just name one activity and you have something for it. So you will your needs will definitely be catered because there are lots of opportunities and lots of societies with the same idea. And they have uh if you talk about Nottingham, there is another thing that I like is they have a different food variety. So
Hmm.
I
Yes.
didn't miss my food. I didn't. They have Asian, Indian, Chinese, Vietnamese, Sri Lankan, Japanese. So every nation is catered with the restaurants that are available here, and
Yes.
they are not that expensive as well compared to other countries that I have visited. I find it very reasonable to price or,
Hmm.
and we have the, say, Tesco. We have Tesco, we have Lidl, which also has items with a very reasonable price as well. If someone wants to cook, then we have
Hmm.
Wilco, which gives almost everything we need, every household things we need it at a very reasonable price. I would say. So it's very life here, and transport. It's super easy. Communication from one place to the other is super cheap and easy. Because
Yeah.
if you see in the United States, apart from the metropolitan cities like New York or New Jersey or Virginia, other parts are so remote that everyone has a car. It's very difficult to go from one place to another on a bus or a train. And it takes you hours because because people don't use them there. Everyone has a car, so their services are not very good. But in UK, ev- uh, bus
You
services
don't
are
need it.
so frequent and yeah, so easy. I think it makes life easier, you know. So I think that this is a very good, a positive side of the city, I would say.
Great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're actually coming to the end. Just before we end, we have some actually one question, one last actually. This
Mm-hmm.
is like the COVID situation, and
Mm-hmm.
we are all kind of locked up because of the lockdown. And how was your, I mean, experience on during the COVID-19 situation, and how did your university supported you, and
Mm-hmm.
also your learning approach? Like, how did you go to? Did you, I mean, through the sessions of your school? Could you just explain or tell about your experience?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this happened, I think, at the middle of March. We went completely online from 23rd of March, if I remember. So, and I would really appreciate how the staff actually coped with the situation, because this is the first time in the history that the university went fully online, even with the exam as well.
Yeah.
And they were very supportive. So, say the deadlines, they increased the deadlines by a month. Exam
Month. Yeah.
period, which we gave, say 2 hours exam, they stretch the exam period for a week. So within that week, you can give your exam anytime, because students are at
Yeah.
different parts of the world, and internet
Yeah.
connection is not the same in all parts of the world. So they stretched the exam for a week. The assessment were made lenient. Say if they had to give a 15,000 essay before, now they had to give a 1,000 words essay. So I would say
Wow.
they really tried to cater, they really accommodated all the needs for
Hmm.
and in actually this is worth mentioning, that the university housing, the university made the on campus and off campus housing refund students the money that they didn't stay.
Wow.
So students got their money back for the summer term, yeah. And a part of the spring term that they weren't here, like April, the entire of April, and
Yeah.
then June, July. I would say this is very recommendable.
Hmm.
Not every university or not everyone would do this. So,
Right.
and whereas all the facilities, say libraries or all the databases, they made it online. It took a bit time for them, because there are steps that you need to go through to make everyone
Yeah.
accessible. It took a bit time, but they did do it. And they are making more effort in giving students, each student's time in their
Hmm.
slot, all the teachers. They opened teams, and they do classes in Zoom. So yes, it's not how you want it, like how we
Yeah.
imagine it would be, but I think this is the closest we can get.
Yeah. Yeah. That
And
I,
I recommend it. Yeah, it's very recommendable. Like they did a good job, I'd say.
yeah. Although we've seen and we have heard some news from other countries, like where the international students were not so welcomed during that COVID situation. A
Mm-hmm.
country like Australia, even the United States. Uh, but in the UK, the universities has actually set an example to how to actually response and also look
Mm-hmm.
after their international students at any way and at any cost, and that was phenomenal.
Even
Even
they extended our visas, if you're
yeah,
aware of it.
yeah, yeah,
So they gave students, so the students who normally we get a visa for, I think 1.5 month, like
yeah,
18 months, but they gave the
Yeah.
provision to extend it for another 6 months. So, and then we get
Yeah.
2 years post-work visa to look for jobs.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
they're really making an effort for international students to
Yeah.
work here, and they are really keen to get skilled members, so skilled laborers
Yeah.
in the state. Yeah, that is something I would go for, and I think this
Yeah.
is a good opportunity to grab. I think so.
Yeah. And I think you have seen the latest update, which has published 13th of July on
Mm-hmm.
the immigration rules and regulation. And it looks quite, I mean, clear about what they are offering to the students and also who are looking for work in the UK. And
Mm-hmm.
during this COVID situation, the Home Office and also the universities, they have worked together and they have shown the patience and also the, their support to the students
Mm-hmm.
who get trapped, but really didn't have any support. Even NTU were actually contacting us if you need anything, like if you don't have any place to stay, you can just get in touch with them. If you don't have any money to support, get in touch with them with the
Yeah,
food.
they're giving loans, short-term loans. Yeah.
So that's really remarkable, and they have set an example for other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And the international student will feel more comfortable to make a decision towards UK after this, like the
I
way
think
you.
so. Yeah,
Yeah.
they should.
And last but not least, Ishar,
Mm-hmm.
your hobbies. I mean, I know, like the traveling, you traveled maybe uh, during the time when you were studying in the UK. So
Mm-hmm.
you just tell us a bit about like where you have traveled and where would you like to uh, travel
Mm-hmm.
when everything comes back to normal.
So yeah, I haven't traveled to Europe yet. I wanted to, but then I wanted to do this year, but I couldn't, unfortunately. I did go to Scotland a couple of times at Edinburgh,
Great.
Glasgow. Yeah, I went a couple of times. I went thrice there. I went to Ireland, the Northern Ireland, which we can go with the same visa as UK. I
Oh,
went
perfect.
there,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I went to Turkey on a transit,
Yeah.
which was there. But in the UK, I went on a day trips, couple of day trips. There are
Hmm.
tour company. One is like City Life Nottingham.
Yeah.
They arrange
Quite
day
famous.
trips. So
Hmm.
and it's pretty reasonable. So you pay, I think, 25 or 30 pounds, and then they take you from Nottingham to the place, and then they get you back to Nottingham. It's a day trip. I did a couple of times, and then to some cities, me and my friends, we hired a car. And
Hmm.
this is actually a good point. In UK, if you are from a Commonwealth country, you can drive with your home license for a year,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you can rent a car, which is very cheap. So you can rent a car and drive, go on a trip. So we did that as well, a couple of times. Um, I went to Cornwall, Bath, Bristol, nearby seaports. And then for hiking, I went to Peak District,
Yeah.
Lake
Love.
District.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there are actually lots of places. And as I said, the travel is so convenient and
Mhm.
so frequent that you wouldn't mind to make a plan like in a days and then go there and come back. It's very comfortable.
Yeah. Well, if I add something on that, like, in the UK, mostly in
Mm-hmm.
the England, I mean, you can do a lot of day trips. I mean, you can just go in the morning, spend whole
Mm-hmm.
day, and come back in the evening. And these are not too far from any destinations you are leaving. Apart from if you're going like, if you're planning to go Van Nevis, I mean, top of the Scotland, I mean, far north. But most of the destinations you can
Even,
go.
yeah, Edinburgh is like 8 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours.
Hours. Yeah, if you go by train, it's 6 hours. If you drive, it
Mm.
can take 7 8 hours. And yes, and of course, I think you should go to Europe. Europe is so beautiful. You'll fall in love. I'm telling you. And thanks. I think we are just at the end of the live, but
Mhm.
I'd like to thank you for joining us.
Thank you
And
for having me.
yes, of course. And I would like to tell the people who have joined us right now or maybe later on, like it's
Mhm.
Mainul Islam. This is Ishrar Kibria. I'm an student advisor, and she's a
Mhm.
PhD student in University of Nottingham. And I work for Student, where we process applications in the UK universities for the students. And if you have any question and inquiries regarding uh, higher education in the UK or any support you need, please visit our website www.orchestudent.co.uk, or you can email us info@orchestudent.co.uk.
Mhm.
Ishrar, any last thing you want to share or want to say anything? Your last
I'll
thought?
just say to the students that OK Student has advisor from almost all the top universities. All right.
Yeah.
So they have their advisors are the students who are studying there. So they already went through the process of applying, writing, or they can give you practical experience advice. Where so I think this is a very you should talk with them and book an appointment, talk with them, give them your queries, and they'll help you out, because these people already face what you will face in the future. So I think they can help you with a perfect example or perfect solution. They can come up with a perfect solution for you, and they can help you with, and also they have a good diversity of advisors. So there are people from different subjects as well, not only universities, different subjects as well. So I'm pretty sure they can cater to all your needs and all your queries or questions you have. So please do check out their websites, and do check out their advisors. They have a list of advisors in the website as well. So pick anyone you think would match with your interest, and then have a talk with them. And they are also open. If I'm not wrong, you're open for one-to-one advising session too, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
So
we can do it
this
virtual. Yeah.
yeah, and this is completely free as of now. I think. Yeah.
Yes.
So just go ahead, check out their website, check out their advisors list, talk with the people, and I'm sure this will help you in your process a lot.
Great. Thank you very much, Ishrar.
Mhm.
Thanks for being with me today.
Thank you for the session. Good luck.